It's Graphix, thank God for another video. We are back on this Black Ops 6. I wanted to talk about free-for-all. I believe that free-for-all in Black Ops 6 is not as fun as it was in Modern Warfare 3. And in Modern Warfare 3, free-for-all was my most played game mode. But now in Black Ops 6, I'm struggling to even find enjoyment out of playing this game. You see, if free-for-all is not fun or even not in the game, X-Defiant, I'm not even going to enjoy playing the game. I'm mostly a solo player, so playing a game mode that is solo is fun for me. Playing with friends is fun, but I don't have friends that can play COD all the time or consistently with, so that leads me to face the algorithm by myself, and some of the things that I'm experiencing doesn't make me want to play the game anymore. So I'm going to give you 7 reasons why I feel free-for-all is not as fun in this game, and some of the things that are causing me to quit the series altogether. Number 1, the revenge spawns are too cheesy. There's always been revenge spawns in COD, well, at least as long as I remember. See, back in Modern Warfare 2, the OG Modern Warfare 2, I noticed that in free-for-all specifically, that if you get a kill on somebody, they're gonna be in the area somewhere. Sometimes, right? It happens occasionally, so you kind of want to be aware of your surroundings. I even had a friend that I met online, imagine doing that nowadays. He told me, when you get a kill in free-for-all, just turn around. Now this was to combat the revenge spawn mechanic that's in the game at the time. Now in COD games, they give you a revenge medal for killing the player who killed you last. But in this game, it's turned up to the max. It kind of seems as if they do it every time you spawn, and sometimes if you die, they'll give you another chance to kill a player again before they relocate you. Sometimes I can't even reload without getting revenge kill. With that being said, moving on to my next point, the wall hacks are broken. Now they recently nerfed the recon combat specialty. I know this ability has like a high alert ability with it, but it's also an issue. However, it's not as big as an issue as the wall hacks. Now they recently reduced the time you can see an enemy through the walls, but even if the time is reduced, it still creates frustrating situations. You see, if I just killed them and they have the revenge spawns that are prevalent, while they literally can see me through the walls, if they come hunting for me, I don't know where they're coming from, but I know they're near. So I'm hesitant to move around, just waiting for them to pop around the corner, which brings me to my next point. The maps are too porous. Now this is a major problem for this game in my opinion. It's too many places to look and it disturbs my checklist of spots an enemy can be. Therefore, I'm blindly rushing around the map and getting shot from any direction. Now with this philosophy that started back in 2019, most players would naturally slow down their gameplay because rushing around the map make you an easy target for players that are in their safe places. You're not rewarded for learning the maps and knowing where the enemies will end up, but you get punished for rushing around even if your footsteps are quieter. Now with the addition of the wall hacks and extra thick revenge spawns, you're even more of a target, which brings me to my next point. I can't get streaks. Now I know this can be considered as a skill issue. However, with the things I just mentioned, getting good streaks would seem harder than ever before, wouldn't it? I mean, at least in free-for-all. But let me ask you something. Did you know without any score reducing perks, it takes 4 kills for you to get a scout post? It takes you 6 kills to get a UAV. Come on, man. In free-for-all, you don't even get extra score for doing objectives. Getting kills is the objective. So now you're telling me it takes 4 kills to get a scout post? And get this, it takes 11 kills to get a Hailstorm. Come on, man. Which is a glorified version of a Predator missile because nobody know how to use it like that because they don't get it enough. However, I don't even hear streaks in the air, nor do players go around using their streaks because people die so much, it's not even worth going for streaks in free-for-all. Which brings me to my next point, the lack of diversity. All these games feel exactly the same. You see, in my first game I played in free-for-all, I was playing up against average to below average players, but mostly below average players, I'm not gonna lie to you. No class, no nothing, I just used the basic default XM4 class and I won the game. But let me tell you, how come the very next game I got tossed into one of them demon lobbies. They tossed me in there. I feel like I was playing ranked. I got destroyed. I literally was the last on the scoreboard. I went from first to last in 2 games. Come on, man. But after that, the lobbies were a mixture of average and sweaty players. And then as of recent, I'm only getting sweaty lobbies. Now I tried not caring about my KD, which I haven't done so since 2019, but I just try to run around the map and win the match. Now it gets tiring having to sweat all the time for no award and simultaneously fighting the algorithm. I just want to play in lobbies where they're a mixture of players, but most of the time each player in my lobby finishes the game with a 1.0 KD, 20 to 34 kills in a free-for-all match that goes to 30 kills. Now they really need to get rid of those EKIA kills in COD, especially in free-for-all, or just at least give me the ability to turn them off. It's unnecessary, it's confusing, and it really gets confusing when you lose to a player that has 29 kills when you have 34. Because the game want to count your damage on other players before they died as assists, which also counts for your kills. It's confusing, it shouldn't be in free-for-all. Now, if you make it to the end of the game, sometimes the person that won the game is not presented in the first place position. There were times where I got second place, it was a really close match, and I was positioned in the first place position. Now I know that's probably some type of bug or glitch or whatever, but I know that's a frustrating experience. Now what's more even frustrating than that is if you're not a part of that top 3, then you might just back out. Which brings me to my next point. The matches go to time. Now in the lobbies that I play, I would say the matches tend to go to time about a third or even half the time depending on the day. Now I think what's happening is players getting frustrated at the idea that they're losing by 10 or even more points and they deciding it's not worth playing anymore. Now I know it's lame to just back out the game, but to be honest, I understand that mentality in this game. You see, there is no purpose to continue playing if you feel like you don't have a chance to win in a sweaty lobby. In previous CODs, you can get a powerful streak that will help you get a comeback. Nowadays, it doesn't even seem to be practical for you to even get a streak at all, especially how much they cost. You can forget about it. So most players just back out and it leaves the lobbies feeling empty with 4 players left, and then the remaining players take longer to find each other and the match goes to time. Then you get kicked out of that lobby so the algorithm can find a whole new players. Sometimes they keep the sweaty players around. But my last point is that matchmaking queues take too long. I've been struggling to find a free-for-all match at all times of the day. Morning, noon, night, all of it takes forever to find lobbies, especially if I have crossplay turned off. I've noticed when I turn off crossplay, it takes me 3, 4, 5 minutes to find a match, and sometimes I just don't find matches. But when I turn it on, then I find certain matches, and it still takes me a long time. I think they intentionally want you to use crossplay, at least for free-for-all. I don't know how the other game modes are, but at least for free-for-all, I know that's happening. Now, this also can be a reason that not enough people are playing free-for-all, so it's trying to match me up with people only on PlayStation, but it's not enough players. But for a brand new game, it's kind of hard to believe. But for the current state of free-for-all right now, that actually might be a possibility. So I can't find matches, and it's making me not want to play the game. I'm trying to play other game modes like the 6v6 face-off maps, but I'm using that to just grind camos. It's very chaotic and it's not really, you don't have to think, there's no strategy to it. But I think the main problem with this game is that it won't be that bad if skill-based matchmaking didn't exist at this level. So all of the frustrating mechanics and the complaining people are doing, that's on top of the matchmaking always trying to pair you with sweaty players all the time. And those sweaty players use mechanics in a different way that regular people don't use them, so it brings concerns for people who always have to play against them. So if you're not playing against sweaty players all the time, you're literally playing a different game. See, some of the issues that I brought up in this video would actually work well in lobbies where there's a mixed skill of players. Now, I also think when people are making videos like this criticizing the game, but on the gameplay, they're dominating their lobbies. So it may be confusing to see people talk bad about the game, but they're currently doing good in that game. So you're not showing what's making the game frustrating for you, and you're only showing that you're doing well. So that could be confusing to some people. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more content. If you guys really understand that this game is really frustrating, at least my favorite game mode, free-for-all, is not really what it is, then make sure you comment down below your experiences with playing free-for-all if you do play free-for-all. Thank you guys again for watching, and just like always, no stress, do your best, God bless. Aight.